Dropping $2,000 on a smart bike seems to be the new standard if you want a premium bike with guided training, but the ProForm Carbon Pro10 breaks that mold at half the price of competitors. Let's take a closer look. What's up? This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and this bike is the ProForm Carbon Pro10. It's an iFIT-compatible studio bike, which means it pairs with the iFIT platform to bring you bike classes guided by an iFIT coach. I've reviewed a few different iFIT bikes lately and a few other smart bikes with subscriptions, so I'm definitely on the lookout for what makes the Carbon Pro10 different. One of the things that stood out to me right away was the lower price. It's about $1,000 last I checked, but we will have it linked in the description so you can check out the current price for yourself. Prices do tend to fluctuate. And I want to make sure that you know we're affiliates with ProForm, so if you buy the bike using our link, we do earn a commission. ProForm sent us this bike to review for free, but they didn't get any more say in our review process. I'm going to get into all the pros and cons of this bike. So starting with the frame of this bike, I have to say that it's nice, but not quite as robust as more expensive bikes, but still a great value for its price. It has a 250-pound weight capacity, so it's a little lower than the industry standard, but realistic for this bike. It has two stabilizers, one with transport wheels in the front and one with adjustable stabilizing feet in the back. They keep this bike stable while you're exercising, and you can also lift that rear stabilizer to roll the bike around. It only weighs 114 pounds as it comes shipped in the box, so it weighs even less without all that packing material. I had no problem moving the bike around, and it's 54.8 inches long by 22.6 inches wide and 56.6 inches tall. So overall, it shouldn't be too difficult to find this bike a place to sit, and you can move it around as you need to. The frame has multiple adjustment points. You can lift the seat up and down and move it forward and backward. The handlebars are also able to move both vertically and horizontally. The bike should accommodate an inseam of about 28 inches to 36 inches, or a height of about 5'1" to 6'5" or so. However, I want to point out an issue I had with the bike. I couldn't get the saddle far enough forward to get the perfect alignment with the pedals. I always felt like the pedals were just a little too far out of reach. Part of the issue could be the saddle too. It's long and very narrow and firmer than I prefer, and while I haven't had any bikes give me saddle soreness in a while, this one did. You can replace the saddle, and that's the one upgrade I would suggest for this bike. As for those handlebars, they are pretty nice. You have quite a few grip options. I like that the handlebars feel very stable even though they're so adjustable. You don't shift even if you're pedaling very hard. One of the things I really like about this bike is how quiet it is. It has a belt drive and magnetic resistance. I prefer those options to a chain drive and friction resistance because it just feels smoother and it's definitely quieter. The only friction resistance on this bike is the brake, that red button you push down on to stop the flywheel. This bike does not allow freewheeling, so the flywheel and pedal motion are tied together. If you're going really fast and need to stop, you should use the brake so that the weight of the heavy flywheel doesn't just drag your legs around and around. And that flywheel weighs 24 pounds, which is a little lighter than other similar constructions we've seen, but it still does a good job of keeping the pedaling smooth and consistent. Now, let's look at those pedals. These are hybrid pedals that are flat with toe cages on one side and SPD compatible on the other. I like that you can use any athletic shoe or SPD cycling shoes. You can also swap out those pedals if you're using cycling shoes and you don't want those toe cages straps flopping around everywhere. Okay, so that is just about everything for the build quality, but what's the warranty on this thing? Well, it has a 10-year frame warranty and a 2-year parts warranty. You also get a 1 year for the tablet, labor, and repairs. It's a residential bike only, so don't use this bike in a commercial or light commercial setting, as that will void the warranty. We also recommend that you store the bike inside and not in the garage. So let's get into the features on the ProForm Carbon Pro10. One of the first things you might notice is the lack of off-screen buttons on the console. There's also not a power button on the bike. You just plug it in and the bike turns on. And then all of your controls, including those for resistance, the volume of the speakers, and all the training programs are on the screen. You can rotate the screen side to side or angle it up and down, which is super nice. That allows you to see the screen better when you're on and off the bike. iFIT has off-bike classes that you can view on the screen, so it might be a good idea to put the bike somewhere that you can place an exercise mat alongside it. Then you can do strength workouts and yoga classes and that stuff. Then below the screen you have speakers. These are plenty loud to hear iFIT audio and any entertainment audio. I like that they face towards you to keep the sound very clear. But there's no fan on this console. I recommend using a floor fan if you don't have a ceiling fan in your space or you just need more air circulation. The last feature on the console is a USB-C charging port. I don't think I'll be using this feature too much because there's nowhere on this bike to store a phone or tablet. Maybe you could connect your headphones. The storage this bike has is for a water bottle. There's one bottle holder on the frame, and then there are also 2 dumbbell holders under the saddle. It comes with 2 3-pound dumbbells at no extra cost, and you can store them in these holders. But I must say that I'm a little disappointed with them. I had to take the dumbbells out anytime I moved the saddle around or the bike around. The dumbbells fall out more easily than other bikes I've tested, though I typically make that same recommendation on other bikes just in case. So that covers the features on the Carbon Pro 10. It has all the essentials and is a good value for the price. All right, so now let's take a look at iFIT. This is the $39 per month subscription. You can also choose to subscribe annually for a bit of a discount. You can also not subscribe to iFIT and still use the bike, and I'll go over what you get without a subscription in just a bit. But starting off, we're looking at my home screen. So this is what you see when you log into iFIT. Up top, you're gonna see the different workouts that are recommended to me based off of past workouts that I've taken and also series that I've joined. If you enable the iFIT AI coach feature, you'll also see workouts suggested to you by that AI coach. And we can scroll down a bit and see other workout options here. So if you don't wanna go through that entire iFIT library, they do suggest some nice classes for you to take. And you can also save your favorites. So down here at the bottom, this is a class that I favorited. So if you have some that you want to come back to, that's a nice option. Now let's look at the calendar here. So if you enable the AI coach, you can also have her schedule classes for you. So you can see your workout history as well as see what's on the workout plan for the week. If we go down to the Create tab, this is where if you want to break from iFIT classes, you can create your own custom workouts. You can create a custom workout here by building different intervals. You can also create target workouts, so a time, distance, or calorie goal. One of my favorite options is actually the map workout builder. So this is through Google Maps, and you can draw a route just about anywhere in the world. So I'm just going to do what it gives me preset, and that's in Central Park in New York, which is pretty cool. But you can search and find any location that you'd like. All right, I'm going to skip the warm-up. And let's take a look at this map workout. So if I were pedaling right now, you would see this little icon here progressing along the route to the end. And the speed at which you're pedaling is actually going to change how fast you complete the workout. And then your resistance is also going to automatically adjust depending on the terrain. So if you're on a flat route, the resistance is going to stay pretty steady. But if you have a lot of hills, you're going up and down, that resistance is going to change to mimic that terrain. All right, so back into the Create tab, we have workouts that I've created in the past. So if I want to revisit some of my Google Maps workouts, I can. There are also all of these workout templates. So you can actually come in here and duplicate the workout and then also edit it to create your own version of this workout. So you don't have to start from scratch if you don't want to. And the next tab, the search feature, is how you get a really specific class for what you're looking for. So if you only have a set amount of time, say you need something quick, less than 20 minutes, you can also select your intensity, so beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And then your environment. So most iFIT classes take place outside, so you can choose what kind of environment you want to cycle in. And then you can also choose from one of iFIT's over 100 different coaches. So if you have someone that you really connect with, that you really enjoy taking their classes, you can filter by them. Let's see our results. So we have several different options here. I think it said 448 different results for classes less than 20 minutes. So you have thousands of iFIT classes to choose from. Let's take a look at one of these. Right. All right, so let's get into this iFIT workout. It told me that Smart Adjust is on, and we can take a look at that actually here in the workout settings menu. So Smart Adjust is going to tailor the resistance to you. So since this is my account, the resistance is tailored to my fitness level. And at any point, I can come in here and override that, and Smart Adjust will increase or decrease the intensity of the current class and future classes accordingly. The workout menu is also where that you can toggle on and off what's showing on the screen, so your metrics, charts, controls, or widgets. And then you have all the different controls for audio, fan, Bluetooth, etc. All right. So the last thing I want to show you is the app section. This is probably my favorite feature. You have quite a few different app options. Netflix, Prime Video are what we have installed currently, but you can manage your apps and install even more. I love using Spotify on here. You can use it in an iFIT class or any of the other workout options. Same with all of the apps. You can use them on their own or with a quick start workout, but you can also use them in conjunction for an iFIT workout so you get those automatic resistance adjustments. And as you can see here, the apps available are Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Pluto TV, and iHeartRadio. So really nice selection there. I have to say that you only have access to those with iFIT, so keep in mind if you don't subscribe, you cannot access those apps. And moving into that, let's talk about what you do get without an iFIT subscription. So you get the quick start mode, so that's just your manual training screen, and we'll take a look at that. It's just a 1/4 mile track that your icon will progress around as you cycle. You can still control your resistance here on the side, so no worries, you're not going to lose access to those resistance levels. And then the other features you'll have is you'll be able to log in and see a home screen with a few different iFIT classes available to you. So most of them will have little locks to show you that they're for premium only, but you'll have your own section for free workout classes. And they're kind of just in the style of either a traditional iFIT class led by a coach, or they're going to be like one of these template workouts, which I'll show you the overview of. So same thing, it looks like the manual workout, except you have the resistance on here so you know what to expect coming up. All right, so that's what you get without an iFIT subscription if you create a free iFIT account. If you don't subscribe, you don't hook it up to Wi-Fi, you don't create a free iFIT account, you only have access to the Quick Start classes, or the Quick Start program. And that wraps up everything that is available on the ProForm Carbon Pro10. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about the iFIT platform. All right, so now I'm going to cycle a bit on the ProForm Carbon Pro10 so you can see and hear how it performs. I've got everything adjusted how I want it, which is great. I'm actually wearing different shoes today, so I'm finding that the pedal alignment is a little bit better now, which I like, so just keep that in mind that your footwear could impact the alignment there. All right, and so I am going to take us down to the lightest resistance, so just level 1, which is super easy, very smooth. I hear like the tiniest sound from the flywheel, but overall this bike is super quiet. You're definitely not going to disturb anyone else around you. If I take the resistance up a little higher, about a level 14, I can stand up out of the saddle and I feel supported. It feels comfortable to do this. I'll sit back down. And let's do the challenging thing of going up to level 22. So I'm a little disappointed that the resistance levels aren't a little bit more varied on this bike, but it's still pretty good. So that's level 22, and it's quite heavy, but I can still pedal, and normally I can't on the highest resistance. So this is better for beginner to intermediate cyclists. All right, and that's the ProForm Carbon Pro10. The ProForm Carbon Pro10 is a great beginner to intermediate bike when it comes down to it. It's a great option for anyone first getting into subscription bike classes, specifically iFIT. You're definitely going to want to pair the bike and iFIT together for the best experience. I love the automatic resistance adjustments and personalized iFIT features. I was a little disappointed that there are only 22 resistance levels, but it's still enough for a quality workout. Other highlights for me included how easy it is to move this bike around and how quiet it is. Of course, I also like that it has Netflix and other apps when you subscribe to iFIT. There are definitely some differences between this bike and the much more expensive Nordic Track iFIT Studio bikes, but I think what you get for this bike's much lower price is fantastic. Thanks for watching my review of the ProForm Carbon Pro10 Studio Bike. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. We rely on your support to keep reviewing the top fitness products. You can check on the current price of this bike and read my written review using the links in the description. This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and I'll catch you next time.